Chris, what is our third main topic today?
This is from Johnny Shalev. Hey, John and crew, hope is all well. With everything that's going on, Doctor Strange 2, got my tickets, Thor's 4 new trailer, Doctor Strange Who, Sonic 2, and more, it seems like a little movie that's coming out this weekend flew under the radar. The unbearable weight of massive talent is coming, and first critic reviews are here. It currently stands at 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, granted with only 50 reviews at the moment. Do you plan on watching this? What do you think about the reviews? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in, man. And I remember, first of all, we heard about this movie a long time ago, but it was at the last Cinemacon. And again, we want to remind you guys, we are the whole crew, the whole team. We're going to Cinemacon next week, and we're going to be doing
Vegas, baby.
Daily videos from there, giving you full updates and reports and all the screenings, all the previews, the whole year of movies coming out. They're going to be doing for us. I really do. I think they're going to give us a big Deadpool thing. I think they're going to do a big Deadpool announcement. I think we're going to see Avatar 2 footage. They're going to show us the entire movie of the new Top. Anyway, I'm getting very excited for Cinemacon.
Me too.
It was at the last Cinemacon that they showed us, the first audience to show us full big footage from the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, the Nick Cage movie. And while everybody was very excited about it, I was a little skeptical because I was like, okay, this looks like it could be really fun. It also looks like it could be really bad. Like unbelievable, unbearable weight of awfulness bad. And I didn't know which way it was going to go. Could be a coin toss for me. So I haven't really been all that excited about it up until now. Then we started to hear some of the first festival screenings, and we heard some people saying, it's really good. It's like, okay, that's the first festival reactions. I still remain a little skeptical. Well, now the full reviews are coming out for this movie that opens this weekend. And the reviews are great. Right now it is holding, granted with only 51 reviews, but it's holding a 96%. Once you get into the 50s of the reviews, you get a general idea where the score is going to end. And it can go up and down, but it won't drop any lower than like 83 or 84 at this point with already 50 reviews in. It could go a little bit higher, but you're getting a general idea. 96%. 96. Now, not everybody's loving it. For instance, the guys over at the Globe and Mail, what did they say? The critic of the Globe and Mail said a cheap, crass, and ruthlessly sloppy skewing of celebrity culture, or skewering of celebrity culture that is barely a millimeter above the material it thinks it is so sharply satirizing. His new film is the definition of a disappointment. Okay, that's one guy. But Perry Nemiroff, who I worked with for many years, everything you'd want from a buddy action movie starring Nicolas Cage as Nicolas Cage, and so much more. Entertainment Weekly said a loopy, fourth wall shattering goof of a movie whose showly meta premise is mostly cover for a sweet and surprisingly conventional non-action comedy. Screen International said, a satire of Hollywood ego, a loving tribute to Cage's hair-triggering intensity, and a consistently funny bromance. Massive talent doesn't overstay its welcome. It's only a minute, hour and 45, Ray. You're going to like that. Doesn't overstay its welcome or get even too pleased with itself at the same time. Anyway, 96% right now with like 50 some odd reviews. It's looking good. And I got to say, okay, I'm starting to get a little bit excited because I knew this thing could be great or terrible. Hearing now from the majority of critics that it leans towards the great end, that's exciting to me. Now, of course, I'm not rushing out to see it because there's another movie opening this weekend that is my remaining number one most anticipated film of the year, which is The Northman. I'm going to go see that first. But not long after seeing The Northman, I'm going to go out and see this because it sounded pretty good. Chris, you're hearing the reviews now coming in, 96% for this thing. What have you been thinking about this movie? Have you been excited for it? And what do you think about the reviews we're hearing?
I'm so freaking excited about this movie. That little thumbnail of Pedro and Nicholas together is so precious. Look at how pure that is. That's friendship, everybody. Pure, unadulterated friendship. I love it. I am so excited about this, and this is what I'm going to see before The Northman, because I need you guys to tell me if people's eyes get gouged out and things like that, because eye violence freaks me out. I think this is going to be delightful. And honestly, I think based on these reviews, too, that this is going to be my kind of movie. Because some of the ones that are negative are just saying it's not the kind of skewering they wanted. I don't need this to be a skewering. I do need this to be a satirical look at celebrity and the kind of grandiose pedestals we put celebrities on and allow them to fall from. And I think that's what this film is going to do, is take a look at the kind of persona we've all built around Nicolas Cage, the kind of myth that he has capitalized upon for himself. And I think it's going to be his John Malkovich, honestly. I'm very excited about it.
By the way, can we mention just how we are kind of living in the Pedro Pascal age?
I'm so here for it.
Like, I mean, everything from obviously Mandalorian, he's got The Last of Us coming, which I'm super stoked about. This thing looks like it's going to be a big. I don't know how many people are going to go see this movie. Like, I don't have a very good gauge on the box office. I do know that I don't think a hell of a ton of people are going to go see The Bad Guys, and I don't think. And
I was just looking at the reviews for that right now.
How are the reviews for The Bad Guys?
It's 92%.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Out of 39 reviews?
Well, and that's one we might see at Cinemacon too, right?
It's an hour and 40 minutes,
No,
too.
because it opens in
No?
theaters this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're not going to see that at CinemaCon.
I'm going to watch The Bad Guy.
But I
I'm
don't
going
think
to.
a whole ton of people are going to go see that. And unfortunately, I don't think a whole ton of people are going to go see The Northman. So, I mean, I don't know how this is going to do, but it's interesting. Guys, we want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. You know, the one with the delightful ads with good Canadian kid Ryan Reynolds. So look, after years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch? But after talking to them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't a catch. And guys, that's no joke, because for years I've been using one of the major providers and it was fine. But I switched over to Mint Mobile a little while ago. The service has been fantastic. And the big difference is I'm now paying about 1/3 of what I was paying before. And the best part for anybody who just hates their phone bills is that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Rob, you're hearing these reviews. What has your perception of this movie been? Because it is kind of a strange one. And what do you think about the reviews we're hearing?
Well, I have a little bit of a background of making a movie about somebody who's playing themselves in a film. And I want to see this for that particular reason, because it's not the easiest thing. You'd think it would be an easy thing to do, but you also have to come up with a story. I love the trailers for this movie. I've always loved Nicolas Cage. He looks like he gives it his all. The fact that he agreed to be in this movie in the first place says something about him, and it looks like it's great to me. You know, I just want to point out, John, if you think about what we've got in theaters right now, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and The Northman. These are not sequels. These are original visions. They're all in theaters this weekend. They're all worthy of, I think, support. You've got the filmmakers that made Swiss Army Man making Everything Everywhere All at Once. You have Robert Eggers doing The Northman. It's pretty amazing that there are 3 movies in theaters, and I really want to see this movie, that are unique visions. I think for all of you who like movies, go out to the theaters and support all 3 of these movies. If I could make that plea.
I was going to say that the choices this weekend for movies is like all over the place. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a good weekend for movies.
Yeah, it's a good
for the movie
weekend
theater.
for cinephiles. And you know what? Kudos to see Nicolas Cage. I mean, there's always think about how long. I think back to Rumblefish. Nicolas Cage.
my
Nicolas
God.
Cage. Coppola made the S.C. Hinton adaptations.
Yeah.
He did The Outsiders and Rumblefish in Tulsa at the same time. He made one right after the other. And Nicolas Cage is in Rumblefish as Nicolas Coppola. You know, and to see where he's come now, we're 39 years into his career, and we get this, and I think that's pretty astounding. I mean, he's been giving us great entertainment, whether it's Leaving Las Vegas, which he won an Oscar for, and Vampire's Kiss, which he was hilarious in, Con Air, which dude,
Didn't he get a nomination for adaptation?
I think he did.
did.
I
Yeah.
mean, the guy has had an amazing career. So to see this movie come out that celebrates everything Nick Cage, That's pretty
You know
cool.
what I still think of?
Face Off.
No, well, Face Off's another great one.
So
I mean,
good.
Like one of the greatest lines, I know I've said 1,000 times on the show, one of the greatest lines in cinematic history was Nick Cage saying, if I asked you, no, wait, let me rephrase. If I let you suck my tongue, would you be grateful? And in a way that only Nick Cage can say it. But then The Rock, I love The Rock. It's like one of my favorite action films. But I don't know why, forever and for always, when I think of Nick Cage, the first performance I'll think of, and it's not even as Big Daddy, and I love him as Big Daddy, Moonstruck.
Oh, he's incredible in
So
Moonstruck.
good.
So good at
Moonstruck.
that, dude. I mean, think about it. If you look at his career, people think he's been sort of relegated to direct-to-video movies to pay off his tax bill. But even he came out recently and said, "Look, I put as much time and effort and of myself into those films as I put into anything I've ever done." Like, he commits to those movies. And whenever you watch a Nicolas Cage performance, look, The Color Out of Space that Richard Stanley directed, which was an H.P. Lovecraft adaptation. He was great in that.
That movie Pig that came out this year.
Oh, man.
Was astounding.
Yeah. That was the movie. See, to me, I thought as much as it's a spoof movie and a joke movie, I honestly thought Nicolas Cage in Kick-Ass as Big Daddy, and I get it, it's a spoofy, satire-ish kind of thing, but I really thought he was the heartbeat of that movie. When I went to go see Kick-Ass 2, I'm like, this movie has a Big Daddy-shaped hole in its heart.
Yep.
That's what this movie is missing. I really thought that was the movie that was going to make the world remember, oh my God, that's right, Nicolas Cage is awesome. It didn't. Then Pig came out. And it's like, that seemed to be the movie that made everybody go, oh yeah, like Saturday Night Live does, what was it, In the Cage with Cage or whatever it's called. And it's become a little bit of a joke, and he plays into that a bit. But I think Pig was the one that made people go, oh yeah, that's right. He's a multi-nominated Academy Award winning actor. He's fantastic. So I don't know. Let's see. Now look, let's also call it what it is. This is not the first time. It's kind of like found footage. It's being done a lot where a famous actor plays a more awful version of themselves.
NPH who's in it, right?
And that's right. And he really started it. Neil Patrick Harris started that whole thing with White Castle, right? That's the thing that kind of started it. Then we've seen it done 100 times recently on Always Be My Maybe with Keanu Reeves playing a total dick version of himself in it. But it happens you did. William Shatner playing William Shatner in your movie Free Enterprise. Playing Bill. In your movie Free Enterprise.
Call me Bill.
I mean, it's been done a lot. That's part of the reason why I was like, I don't know if this sounds so good, but it sounded like it might be great.
No, I think it looks, I mean, the scenes, it looks like it has some really kind of slapstick-ish comedy in it, like that whole thing with the wall, getting over the wall.
That was funny.
It was fun, but
funny.
it does look, I mean, the idea that he's setting himself up like he needs money, they're going to pay you $1 million. And what's interesting about it is it's weird when you watch these kinds of movies where he's playing a real guy, but Neil Patrick Harris, his agent or whatever, is playing his agent and not Neil Patrick Harris.
Right. Or Tiffany Haddish is not Tiffany Haddish.
Not Tiffany Haddish. I mean, that's always it's a weird way to go. But I think this is going to be really good.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this upcoming Nicolas Cage film, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent? Have you been looking forward to it? What do you think about these reviews we're hearing from it? Does it make you more excited? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.